What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, I'm back with a video that I honestly didn't intend to film today, but things don't always go to plan. And because of that, well, we're going to film something different. Now, just in case you're new to the channel, don't worry. For you old school folks, I'm not going to go through each car, but I do just walk by real quick, right? So you can see all the different cars. You can see there's a theme to just about everything here, with the exception of weird things like this police car, okay? Almost everything else, Roxy. Well, say hi to the people. You just eat your dog food. That's fine. You'll see that most of these are going to be 80s, 90s, and well, that's another off, right? That one's a 57 Chevy, but what I'm trying to say is the majority of the vehicles that I have here are vehicles that were around when I was younger, you know, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Sometimes we go a little bit higher than that, but for the most part, we try to keep them kind of old school. They're the cars that just take me back and remind me of what I think was a better time in life. Again, there are a few that don't quite fit in there. 2023 Kia Sportage, but the rest of these are just really good old school cars, and I've got so much to do. There's so much to get done. It's hard to plan which videos to do next, but I'm going to show you what today's video is going to be once we get done walking through this little collection of mine. You guys seem to really love the Dodge Dynasty video, so I want to thank all of you that watched all of these videos. I kind of took a huge risk, guys. I know that these are a lot of older and, quite honestly, cheaper cars, but when you add up the money that I have into all these, oh boy, guys, we're probably $50,000 or $60,000 into cars over here at Auto Auction Rebuilds right now. I'm going to say at least 50, probably an easy 60,000 into these cars. And there's some more that haven't arrived yet. This one just got here. This one is so fresh to the channel. It hasn't even had time to get dirty yet like the rest of them. Got this car for 300 bucks. And they got the mileage wrong. Yeah, this is today's video, guys. I'm excited about this. It's got a little damage here and there, but this is a one-owner car, an old school Geo Prism. I think it's like a 1997. Don't forget, we've got an S-Class Benz sitting back there that's probably never gonna have anything happen. The school bus or the transport bus, probably nothing will ever happen with that one either. But let me show you the video that I was actually out here to film today. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't get to do this. We were gonna do a one and done rebuild. I use air quotes because, let's be real, this isn't like a crazy rebuild or anything, but right here, the Hyundai Venue that I got for super cheap, 2021, clean title, 77,000 miles. This was gonna be today's video. Man, I went and I got some stuff done, guys. I got the new tires installed on the new rims because two of the wheels were completely destroyed, right? So, yeah, new wheels, new tires. I got two more new tires sitting over there. Then for the Cavalier, I've got boxes of stuff for the Cavalier, guys. Cylinder head, coolant overflow, an entire top-end kit for the engine. We got oil filter, plugs, wires, lifters, thermostat housing. I mean, we got everything for that car. An entire brand new cylinder head, guys. We got everything to get that Cavalier going. So what stopped me from getting this done today is I had everything done. My final part came in right here. Unfortunately, this is not the part I ordered. Okay? It goes to this car, but I did not order that. That is the spindle for this side. I don't believe there's anything wrong with the spindle. I ordered a lower control arm because the lower control arm is destroyed, and it's the main component that I need to be able to do anything with this car. And unfortunately, they sent me the wrong part. They sent a spindle instead of a control arm. So we're waiting for parts. Because of that, we're going to go back and do a different car. So here it is, a little Geo Prism that I paid $200. I was wrong on the price. $200 is what I paid for this car, guys. Wow, I didn't even realize that is that cheap. I got it from Las Vegas, so obviously it cost a bit to get here. I won't bother telling you how much it cost to get this car here, but what I can tell you is this is a one-owner car, and Copart had the mileage listed as like 181,000 miles, which, if you guys don't know, the Geo Prism is, comment below, what is it? The Geo Prism is a, you know what? I'm just going to show you. Why don't I pop the hood? And if you don't know, now you know. You will in just a second. Let's pop this hood. Oh, it smells so good. It's so clean. Such a nice car. Here's something else I'll tell you before we pop the hood and give it all away. Okay, this car These things last for 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. Yes, a Geo that lasts 300,000 miles. And the reason why, well, it's because of this right here. Yeah, little dirty, I know, for sure. But this is an 80,000 mile. They got the mileage wrong. This is an 80,000 mile Toyota Corolla. Yeah, I've got the Carfax, did some looking into it, and I'll tell you what I found. Let's see if we can find a hood prop to hold this hood up. I can't seem to find one. Huh, interesting. It's obviously been in some kind of a collision in the past, although it has a clean Carfax report with some accident damage history, if I remember correctly. We have a new alternator, which that's on the Carfax. We also have a new distributor that is also on the Carfax report. We have a relatively new battery from October of 2023. Do we have a timing belt sticker? I don't see a timing belt sticker. At all. Radiator looks old-ish. We have some new hoses, and the hood is definitely not factory because it's got parts from, you know, an aftermarket type company. Definitely got a fresh paint job on it. Looks like it's got all of its belts. Air compressor is attached down there. However, we're missing some hoses that go from the air compressor to the evaporator inside the car. That's a little bizarre. Oh, that's okay. It's a low mileage, one owner, Geo Prism. It is not, you know what? This could be a salvage title. Actually, let me look at the Carfax report because I don't want to lie to you. Boy, was I wrong about the year. It is not a 97. I didn't realize this is a 1993 Geo Prism 1.6 liter Carfax, one owner, but it does have branded title salvage. So I was wrong. It is a salvage title, but one thing that you want to notice is 82,000 miles, last reported mileage, and Carfax report shows this is a $45 Carfax report. Guys, I got a link below this video. Go check it out for Carfax and auto check reports. You can get it for like $6. No joke, $6. Yes, it's secure. Been doing it for years and years, giving people great deals on Carfax reports. It's not like a Carfax report. It is a Carfax report. That is legit where this report came from. It's from the link that I have below this video for you guys to save you money. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this, but let's see. One owner, alert found, Nevada car for 31 years. Good, 31 years. 1993, guys, was 31 years ago. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. Lots of emissions inspections and a few services here and there. You know, it's kind of spotty, but oil and filter. We get all the way to 2012, 2013 at 62,000 miles. And then 2014, 65,000, 2015, 69,000, 2016, 72,000. And then we seem to have total lost vehicle in 2017. But it says the damage report is minor damage, but it was totaled. I guess just because the value of the car, it was the front end collision as we expected. You continue on down the list, 77,000 miles in 2018. And here you go, 2019, all the way down 2020, 2021, 81,000. And keep going. We're almost done, guys. 81, 82, this is 2022, 82,000 miles. October of 2024, sent to the auto auction. And of course, 2024, it shows Nevada salvage title. Well, you can expect that because anytime you get a new title or a duplicate title on this car, it's going to like renew itself on the Carfax report as being a salvage title. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so this thing was brought to me from Nevada. And here it is. It's honestly a great looking car. Are the lines perfect? No. Is the paint perfect? Actually, yes. The paint is unusually good on this car. It looks like the entire car was repainted and it looks great. Tires, I'd be curious to see if we have a DOT code on these, but these are really nice. They're Nexen tires. They're Prizm AH5. Not a clue what that is. DOT code, is that 2018? All right, that's not too bad. 2018. They're not dry rotted. They have good tread. The body actually looks pretty dang good on this car, guys. And yes, it does have matching tires with good tread. Nice tinted windows. Obviously, they had this car on the truck backwards because all the bugs and guts are on the backside. It's unusual they put a car backwards like that. A few dings, a few little dents here and there, but overall. Oh, there's the floor mats. We can move these out of the way. Oh, the book. It even has the book. All right, let's throw all this on the floor. Steering wheel cover, piece of plastic. There you go. That way you can see the seats in all their glory, man. It's actually really nice in here. Very nice car. Headliner is in good shape. Crank windows, manual locks. I had to bring the cutters with me because this thing's been sitting here with the keys attached. There we go. Take those off. Now the question is, does it have power? Is it going to run? It is the automatic variety. Came with 2 keys. No clicker in 1993, I guess, huh, guys? And there's the mileage. 82,561. Put the key in. Obviously, we're not going to have air conditioning. And there it is. That's a Toyota for you right there. Sorry, a Chevrolet. I mean, a Geo, a Chevy, a Toyota. Who knows? Probably gets 150 miles to the gallon. Unfortunately, you know, missing those AC lines, we're not going to have cold air conditioning. But that's all right. Radio, what do you turn it? Whoa. We have a tape deck too. Well, it's trying to work. We have anything? This may be missing the antenna. Oh, there we go. All right. It's got a radio. It sounds like crap, but it's got one. Air? Yeah, let's try it on defrost. Yes, it comes out where it's supposed to. Very nice. Very nice. And then manual locks, they're always gonna work. And the window crank, look at that. Nice and smooth, just like an 80,000 mile car should, right? You got your little mirror adjuster right here. You got your headlights, dim and bright, signals. I mean, what do you want from a $200 car? Yet again, I'm gonna say this again because it just never gets old to me, okay? I tell people all the time, there are great deals on cars out here. And all the time I have people telling me, no, there's not. You don't understand. Where I'm from, you can't buy any cars. There's no cars. Somebody was smoking in it. Yep. There's no cars. You don't understand. You can't find a good deal on anything anymore. And all the time, I'm constantly finding these cars that don't exist, which is kind of strange. I find it difficult to understand how I am the only person in the country that's able to find these mysterious good deals on cars that don't exist anymore. It's very bizarre to me. Or maybe people are wrong and the good deals do exist. Now, I'm going to be the first one to admit this car, although it was $200, it did not cost me $200. So I'm going to run through the numbers real quick with you, all right? My bid was $200. That was the high bid that won the car. But then there's an environmental fee of $15, an internet bid fee, really, of $40, all right? A gate fee of $95. But then there's a title pickup fee of $20. And then there's a long haul delivery. This is the one that got me, guys, of $1,345.50. But then there's also an administrative fee of $69, a buyer fee of $130 for a total bill that came out to, whoa, I don't even know, guys. What did all those numbers add up to? Looks like it was $1,894.50. Is that a good deal? Probably not. However, take into consideration, $1,345.50 was delivery. If you lived anywhere near, where is this from again? Las Vegas, Nevada. You could have owned this car for $1,894.50 minus $1,345.50. Basically $500. You could have had this out the door anywhere near Las Vegas. You could have picked this car up for $500. So the question is this car worth $500? Let's say you were in the Las Vegas area and this could have been your ride for $500. Was it worth it? Well, to find out, we're gonna have to put on our seatbelt, take it for a drive. First thoughts, it's a little rattly in here. Definitely like a motor mount type scenario. Something. I should have checked the air pressure in the tires too, since they are, several years old. Probably would have made a little sense. But we'll see how it feels when we get on the road. If we need to come back and put air in the tires, well, we can do that, or maybe not. I think it's going to be fine. This is a horrible area back here. I'm surprised we're going over all these. There's a lot of bumps back here, and I'm not hearing any, scraping from all that grass and leaves. I'm not hearing anything concerning from the suspension at all. Are we good to go? I think we're good to go. I also haven't seen the temperature gauge come up yet, so we'll find out. Ooh, peppy little thing. No kidding, not too shabby. That rattling, there's this like little rattling noise that is annoying the living heck out of me. Brakes feel good. That's always good to find out as you're coming up to a stop sign on a highway. Brakes seem to be fine. And, come on, let's get her out on the road. Let's see what she does. Here we go. You guys ready? Does it have a transmission? Shifted, yes. And shift, come on. Yeah, shifted again. Here you go, guys. We're literally cruising. 45 miles an hour, steering wheel is straight. The car is doing exactly what a car is supposed to do. It's cruising. Now, you don't have any fancy options with this car. You don't have like cruise control or anything. But for a cheap little econo box, it's getting down the road just fine. I probably should have checked the oil, and I probably should have checked the coolant, because I'm noticing we're not showing any temperature on the temperature gauge there. It is a tad bit on the concerning side, guys. But maybe the temperature will start going up? No, I don't think it's going to. The next question is, do we have any heat? Because if there's no... No, we have heat. We do. We have heat. The heat is working, which tells me that we have at least a little bit of coolant in the car. Now, I'm going to get you guys down here. I want you to take a look. We are going 60 miles an hour. Speed limit's actually 65, so we can kick it up a little bit. Here you go. 65 miles an hour. Is it perfectly quiet and luxurious? Absolutely not. Does the horn work? Yes, the horn works. We are literally going down the highway in a car that I have never seen before. I have no idea about any of the mechanicals on this car. I do know that the temperature gauge does not work. Hopefully the gas gauge works, because if not, we're going to be in big trouble. But it actually is running and driving at 65 miles an hour down the road just fine for a car that was $200. And for me, obviously, I paid a lot more than that. But any one of you out there could have bought this car for a $200 winning bid. You would have been into this car $500 if you could have picked it up from Las Vegas, Nevada. And I understand that that's not what I paid for it. I paid a lot more, but anybody out there could have bought this. Any of the cars that I have purchased from all over the country, any of you out there could have bought those same cars without having to pay for shipping. Now, is this a car that you're going to want to go pick up your prom date in? You know, probably not. For you older folks out there like me, is this a car that you want to go pick up a new lady friend? Probably not. But with that said, not everybody gets a choice. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get. You got to take what's available out there. And I'm here to tell you, an 82,000 mile Toyota, this is definitely one that, although it may not be the most attractive car, and it may not have the best Carfax history, this is a car that will probably get you anywhere you need to go for the next 200,000 miles with very little maintenance. I understand you want air conditioning. You need air conditioning. Hey, I get it. But for $500 out the door, can you really expect to have working air conditioning on a car with a Toyota power plant that's only got 82,000 miles? Yes, because at the Toyota, I would have expected the air conditioning to work. But here's what I think happened. I think when the car was involved in whatever accident it was in, I think the air conditioning line or lines probably got damaged. It looks like they capped them off at the firewall and they just never replaced them. Now, as long as you can find these hoses online, I would imagine you could probably put the air conditioning lines back on, recharge the AC with a retro kit, and you will probably be good to go with working air conditioning. Worst case scenario, guys, go to the junkyard, find yourself one of these Geo Prisms or a Toyota Corolla, go to eBay. You can probably find anything you need for this car for next to nothing. People are probably giving parts away to these cars because, let's be real, how many 93 Geo Prisms are still on the road today? Probably close to none. Let's check the gauges again. The temperature gauge is coming up very, very slowly. Like, guys, we've been doing highway speeds. There's no way. It's not cold out either. You know what I mean? So we should definitely have this thing up to temp by now. I'm gonna sit here and get some pictures. We're gonna put it in park, and let's check that heat one more time just to make sure. It should be good and warm. Yeah, very nice heat. Very nice heater. Okay, so it's a beater with a heater. Car's not perfect, but I don't see any warning lights on either. Really, what can you expect for 500 bucks out the door? Well, let's take a look under the hood and just see if we got any problems. No? No smoke? No rattling? Tapping? Nothing. Sounds great. We have good pressure on the cooling system. Engine doesn't seem to be running hot at all. Very nice. Just a quiet, efficient little 4-cylinder Toyota engine. Make sure that stays closed because we don't want it to go popping up on us. But there you go, man. Let's turn the headlights on real quick. Just verify that this stuff works. Tire pressure looks like it's probably good too. The car drove just fine. The antenna is broken off, so that's something that would need to be addressed if you want to get any radio stations, that is. The brakes, nice and smooth. No pulsating, nothing. Guys, take a look at this. It's just a good looking little car, in my opinion. Not everybody's going to think that a Geo Prism or a Toyota Corolla from this era is good looking, but I think it is, especially for being something from 1993. Come on, guys. You can't expect too much from these old things. Temperature gauge is starting to come up, which is nice. Surprising that it took so long, but look at the dash. I mean, everything in this car actually looks great. Oil change, September 1st of 2022. Next due again at 85,000 miles. Oh, it's due September 1st of 2022. That means this thing's probably been sitting for a couple of years because it's only got 82,000 miles on it. And yes, the trip and the odometer both work. Now, is this a car that I plan on holding on to forever and ever? Nope, absolutely not. I think, boy, it's so bumpy over here. And the suspension sounds really good. I think this is probably a car that we're gonna get rid of. Well, we're not gonna hold on to it too long, guys. I don't know, maybe we do another video about it, but I mean, it runs, it drives. I could fix the air conditioning, but I'm not going to. I've already got too much money into this car as it is, and we all know that it's never gonna bring $1,800 at the auction. So I'll probably just clean it up and list it for sale. I've got a ton of cars, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not kidding, a ton of them. And the cars that you see are not all of them. I just bought 2 more cars today. I've got to start moving some of these out that I really don't plan on doing anything with. And this is going to be one of them. I'm not going to sell it yet. I'm not ready to sell it yet. But one of the cars that I purchased was a 2002, the very last year of the Chrysler Prowler. That's right, I bought a Chrysler Prowler. Some of you are gonna love it, some of you are gonna hate it. There's gonna be plenty of controversial comments about it. That I can be assured of. And then I bought a Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2004, very, very, very limited edition Monte Carlo SS, the supercharged number 8 car. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy both of these coming to the channel. So, as I said, it is time that I start moving several of these cars out, getting them up to auction. I've decided the Maserati / Chrysler TC is one of them that's going to go. The police car Crown Victoria is going to go. I've already sold the police Ford Explorer. That one is gone. The Viper is gone. But I have a ton more cars that I need to sell, guys. So we're going to be coming and doing that on the channel at some point in the future. So here you go, 65 miles an hour. The car does not shake. It does not shimmy. It does not vibrate. Take a look. I'll show you the steering wheel. Look how smooth it is. Now I'm going to hit the brakes. Slowing it way down. It doesn't pull. and hitting the throttle. There, oh wow, feel all of those 90 horses. I don't know what it is. It's not particularly fast, guys, but still, for what it is, for the price that this thing would have cost anybody out the door that didn't have to get it shipped, this would have been a phenomenal car. So the deals aren't out there, but somehow I'm the only one that manages to keep finding them over and over again. Maybe it's not that the deals aren't out there, but maybe people just don't want these kinds of cars. And if that's the case, you should count your blessings and consider yourself quite lucky that you are able to be picky and choose what cars you would be willing to drive and which ones you wouldn't. Because my first car back in 1900 and probably 96 or 7, I can't even remember, was an old Ford Escort. Yeah, it was old even by those days, guys' standards. It was old. It was an early 80s something. I can't remember for sure, but it was bad. Blown head gasket, overheated, battery was always dead. I can still remember, because I was young and totally dumb, I would walk the battery to AutoZone, which was a couple 3 miles away, and I would have them charge it up, and then I would walk the battery back to the car. And then I would drive the car again for as long as it would drive until the battery died again. At which point, I would then walk the battery back. Yeah, forget replacing the alternator. I didn't even know what an alternator was. Are you kidding me? I had to walk that battery back and forth to AutoZone more times than I can count. And I drove it with a blown head gasket for a very long time. And that little car lasted me forever. I only paid maybe $200 or $300 for that car back then, and that was probably quite a bit of money back in the late 90s. But honestly, for what it was, I didn't care. I didn't care that it was in horrible shape. I didn't care that the battery kept dying. I mean, yeah, that sucked. That actually really sucked. I did care, but it was a car. It was transportation. It was something that gave me my freedom, and that was worth more than money to me back in those days. Things aren't the same anymore, guys. Kids today are definitely, they're not like we were in the 90s, folks. Definitely not like we were in the 90s, you know. Things, I think, for a lot of us were a lot harder. Things were a lot more difficult. But I look back at those times and I miss being young like that. I really do. I miss being kind of naive and a little bit on the dumb side. Well, maybe the dumb side hasn't changed too much. I guess I could just park this here as I'm going to drive through a ditch and show you how dumb I really am. Here we go. At the end of the day, all of these cars bring me back to a time where things were just simpler. I think for the most part, people were better. They really were. People were nicer. We haven't even checked the trunk. That's the fuel, I know. Where's the other key? There it is. Let's check the trunk while we're at it. 10 miles. Yes, the gas tank opens. That's always a positive thing. And in the trunk, well, nothing that you would find interesting. Spare tire. Maybe a jack. Maybe, possibly. Nope, no jack. What about over here? Anything over here? Yes, a jack. All right, it's got a jack. It's got a spare tire. There's the hood prop. And a license plate. Oh, that's interesting. How about that? You know what? I'm gonna send this with the car. I can go with the car because we all know it's probably going to be a subscriber that buys the damn thing, right? So there you go. I'll make sure it's got both keys, and you'll get yourself a nice, what should be reliable little car. But yeah, it's these times, guys, that I miss. I miss seeing all these weird cars on the road back in the day. You know, I miss those being police cars too. The old P71, the Panthers, the Crown Vics, and what about the 9C1 Caprices? There was just, I think what it is I'm just generally going through a midlife crisis. I think that's what it really is. I'm thinking about the great times of my youth, and I'm not focusing on all of the bad times that I had in my youth, because I promise you guys, a lot of it was not good. I did not have a very good or happy, enjoyable upbringing, but you know, who cares? That's not y'all's problem. This car, however, could definitely be your problem if you're interested in it. I'll get this thing cleaned up, and this will be going up for sale, hopefully sometime in the near future, along with several of the others. The Dodge Dynasty, that is one that's definitely going down the road. The Monte Carlo Z34, I'm going to probably send that to Mako and get that thing painted, try to make it look halfway decent. The EXP, I just ordered some parts for today. We're going to continue trying to bring this car back from the dead. This one is definitely going up for sale. This one may already be sold, maybe not. The Geos, guys, I don't, yeah, no, I think we should probably try to clean them up a little bit, make them look somewhat presentable, and I'm probably going to send those down the road. This HHR panel van, I'm going to send that down the road, this down the road. This one I'm still considering, the 23 Kia Sportage. As much as I would like to keep it because of how good of a car it is, I'm not sure I could really justify it. I don't need it. It's not particularly interesting or unique, so I don't really see there being much content out of this one. So that one probably needs to go. This one we have yet to do a video on. This is the 1997 Mercedes E420, a 1 year only version of this car because it is a V8, 4.2 liter V8. And then of course the 96 or 95, I think, Mercedes S320 back there. This I am absolutely sending down the road. I am going to try, I promise you guys, we're going to come out here. We're going to try to get this running. It shouldn't take too long, so it should be a video maybe 30 or 40 minutes long. And if we can get it running, great, I'm going to sell it. If we can't get it running, great, I'm going to sell it. Honestly, I don't care. The Cavalier, I plan on hanging on to this. We got so many parts for this car. I've got so much tied up into this between the car and the parts and shipping. It would make no sense to sell this car. This one, the little Chrysler TC by Maserati, this one I am going to sell. I know I should probably keep it. I actually put 40 miles on it the other day, so now I know for a fact it is a solid running and driving car, but I am going to sell that one. This one, as of right now, my 94 Cutlass Supreme, seems like everybody on YouTube has one, and I'm going to keep this one at least for a while and maybe do an air conditioning system on this because it has no compressor. It's missing a couple lines. It needs some AC parts, but it's only got 66,000 miles, so I think we'll hold on to that one. This one is already sold. This Geo, whether we get it running or not, I'm sending this one down the road. It doesn't even matter. The Cadillac Catera, I really did think about selling this at first. I was going to let it go, and then I took it out and I drove it about 40 miles. Kind of like the same thing with the little Maserati. I drove both of these 40 miles the same day. I had to take them to get titles done, and the nearest tag agency that was open was 20 miles away. I actually kind of fell in love with this car after I drove it. The Maserati, great car, ran and drove just fine, no issues with it. It did the 40 miles like a champ, but this car, there's just something about this V6 rear-wheel drive Cadillac. It's weird. It's different. It is unique, and I like it. This car right here, the 57 Chevy Bel Air, it is a true Bel Air. It's a hardtop, right? It's not the Sport Coupe or maybe it's called the Sport Coupe. I think it is because it has the pillars and stuff, you know? It's a post car. So I think this is called a Sport Coupe. I could be totally wrong. And then the Hyundai Venue in the garage. That one, I'm undecided. Same thing with the Saab, the 9.3 Aero. There's a few of these cars that I would consider giving to Nick, and I'm still trying to think up of a good video series. I thought about giving him one of the Geos or something, like making him think that he's getting a really crappy car and doing it on video. The whole idea would be not to tell him that I'm going to give him like a really decent car, but to let him choose a car that he wants. Now, the whole plan for me anyway is that this is probably the car he should have. It's newer, it's low miles, it's clean title. This should be something that lasts him a long time. It'll have new tires, and it's just going to be a good car for him. At least it should be. So the goal is to give him this one. Obviously, my Tesla Plaid, that one is not going anywhere. I have just totally fallen in love with that car. But I thought, what if we line some cars up, right? He will not be made aware of any of this before the video. We do a video putting together some crappy cars out here and telling him he gets to either pick through those cars or just telling him flat out, hey, this is the car I got for you. Like, how about the HHR? You know, I think that would be fun. Taking him out, telling him, test drive this car, Nick, on video. What do you think? And then maybe have him test drive the Saab. What else? We could do the little Geo. Oh God, we could do the little Geo. You know, we could pick a few cars. He could go out and drive them all on video. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not the Crown Vic. The Ford EX. No. This has no brakes. The Dodge Dynasty. Anyway, we'll pick some cars. We'll put them together, and we'll let him drive them and see which one he likes best. And then I'm going to tell him, okay, well, Nick, as it turns out, this is the car that I decided was going to be the car for you, or the Buick. I don't know. You know, this is the car your mom and I decided was going to be the best car to give you for your first car. Get his live reaction, and then ask him, okay, out of all these cars, which car would you have picked to be your first car? And as long as he doesn't pick something totally, you know, like the Geo Metros or something, you know, maybe actually give it to him. If he picks the Saab, maybe we give him the Saab. If he picks the Sportage, which I don't think he will, maybe the Sportage. But I hope that he chooses the Hyundai Venue, because honestly, I think that is going to be the best car for him. Now, if that's something you think you'd be interested in seeing, his live reaction and which car he would pick, well, drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll do my best to make that happen here in the near future. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.